Sir, you are muted by the way.
আমি মিউটটা ইচ্ছে করে হয়েছি, চালু করো একটু পরে। হ্যাঁ,
Okay, sir, no problem.
তোমাদের দুটো যারা এসছো সেকশন এ বি, দু সেকশন থেকে এসছো তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ইয়েস স্যার।
ওকে, কিন্তু এখন অব্দি কজন এসছো? তোমাদের টোটাল স্ট্রেংথ কত? 140?
136 স্যার।
136। এখন অব্দি বোধহয় 80 এসছে। ঠিক আছে, আর 2 মিনিট দেখছি। হ্যাঁ, কি করছি। কি এখন শুরু করবো? বলো, সিআর কে কে আছো? সৌভিক
স্যার আমি।
কে? তুমি মানে কে? আরেকজন পবিত্র?
স্যার পবিত্র ঘোষ।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, পবিত্র আর সৌভিক, তাই তো? ঠিক আছে, ওকে। সৌভিক বাংলা বোঝো না? ওকে, ঠিক আছে, বাংলায় বললে অসুবিধা নেই তো? ঠিক আছে। কেমন আছিস সেরকম স্টুডেন্ট কয়জন মোটামুটি? মেবি কেন জানো না? মধ্যে একটা বছর করে এসছো। ঠিক আছে, চলো, আমাদের আছে ক্লাসটা আছে। অভিজ্ঞান জানা আছে তো?
ইয়েস স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, এই ক্লাসটা এখন যে করাবো, কি ক্লাস এটা বলো তো? কিসের?
ভ্যালুয়েশন এন্ড প্রাইসিং।
ভালো ভালো, ঠিক। শুরু করছি এখন তাহলে ভ্যালুয়েশন দিয়ে। সো let me start the class right now. Okay, so our topic is valuation, pricing and contract. Both the CR for section A and section B should take screenshot of the attendance, okay, and it should be put into the group, WhatsApp group. সৌভিক, তুমি কি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে বানিয়েছো? ওকে, ওখানে পাঠিয়ে দেবে আর একটু পরে এই স্ক্রিনশটটা নিয়ে। ওকে,
Okay, sir.
এবার আমাদের our subject is valuation, so we must understand first of all what is value. Okay, value. So you can write down every individual makes use of the art of valuation without realizing it, because when he purchases a commodity, he balances so I have written here that every individual makes use of the art of valuation without realizing it. So everybody, each and every time when we are purchasing anything, when you are asking for say for purchasing a mobile, I can go for a Apple. So for that brand, I must expect that should contain some extra feature. So I'll be ready to spend more money. But with that money, I will not be eager to purchase a local branded mobile. Because whenever we are going to purchase a certain commodity, we are balancing the value of money which will be spent by me for purchasing the commodity. Whether the value of the money which is right now in my pocket, it is less or almost equal to the value which will be obtained by spending the money by procuring the article or commodity. But we are not knowing that this is valuation. So this thing I mentioned here, every individual makes use of the art of valuation without realizing it, because when he purchases a commodity, he balances the value of money value of money spent by him against the value received by him in the form of other commodity. So the value of money spent by him against the value received by him in the form of other commodity. What is the amount of money I am going to spend, and what will be the value of that commodity which will be bought by me against this much of money. It is every time we are balancing. So this art of balancing is valuation. Then what is price? A price is a fact. A price is a fact, and a value is an estimation of what the price ought to be. So price, what is price? Price is a fact, and value is an estimation of what the price ought to be. Now, let us think of, say, right now I am taking the class. So if my mobile is not functioning well, then definitely for taking the class of tomorrow, I will have to purchase another mobile. So after taking your class, I'll be going to the market and ask the mobile shop, अरे यार मुझे तो एक तो मोबाइल दे दो. Okay. So when he will be realizing that I am in a hurry and I am in urgent need of purchasing a mobile, because without the mobile I cannot take the class tomorrow. So he may ask anything. What should be the say? If a standard price be for a mobile be 10,000, the seller may ask me 14,000, 15,000, because he is knowing that I am in hurry and I am having the demand for having a mobile. So if he asks for a mobile whose fair price should be 10,000, if the seller is asking you should pay it at 12,000, then the price is 12,000. If he is asking you will have to pay 14,000, that is the price is 14,000. But what is the valuation? What the price ought to be? What should be the fair price? Say if the fair price of the mobile is 8,000, the seller can ask me 9,000. If he is asking 9,000, it is a selling price. If he is asking 12,000, it is selling price. Price may vary, but value is what the price ought to be. So there is difference between price and value. On the contrary, some mobile shop, they are having so much stock, they are interested to sell some mobile at a discounted price. So they can sell this mobile at a price of even 7,000. So if he is selling the mobile whose fair price should be 8,000, if he is selling at the price of 7,000, then price is 7,000. But the value, it is constant. It is 8,000. Whether the price is 12,000 or 7,000, that is immaterial. Value is what the price ought to be. Ankit Raj, Ankit,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Do you understand Bengali?
No, sir. Very little bit.
Yeah, 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 no problem. You are from which state?
Sir, I am from Gaya, Bihar.
Gaya.
Yes, sir.
Gaya,
Yes,
Ankit?
sir.
Yeah. So you should understand little bit Bengali. So many Bengalis are
Yes, sir.
there, no? Yeah. So now it is clear to you the difference between the value and price.
Yes, sir.
So on the vacation, if you are going to Goa and if there is you are not availing any train, so you'll have to purchase any bus ticket. If the buswala is asking you, say it is the 100 rupees for the Volvo for here to Patna, but right now there's no vacant seat, only one seat. You'll have to make the payment for 200. Then 200 will be the
Selling
price of
fee.
the seat. Yeah, but the value of that should be 100.
Yes, sir.
Depending upon the demand and supply, price varies, but value remain unaltered. Okay,
Yes, sir.
next.
Sir, value is constant for all over the world, depending upon the economy of different countries.
All over the world for value is value. Now, what is the value? It is the fair value. Actually, valuation, we are trying to arrive at the fair value. That what is the value? Here I mentioned that what should be the what the price, what the price ought to be. There may be difference in the price depending upon the demand. If the demand is very high, supply is less, then the seller can ask anything because you are there is a demand for that. You see, during COVID situation, all the people they started purchasing Ginkgo and other medicines. And in any medicine shop, you will really find even the oximeter which should have price say 500 600, it has gone up to 3000 because demand was tremendous, supply was less. But after COVID situation, you will be finding from the same shop, same oximeter, they will be asking you, I take it at a price of 500 because they are knowing that right now it is having no demand. So price is fluctuating depending upon the demand and supply. But the value, yes, because value, what is the value? Will be going there. It should be the costing plus the minimum profit. Cost plus profit. Okay. So whenever we are talking about the valuation value, we'll be talking about this fair value, not price. Okay. Now, essential characteristics of value. There are some characteristics, essential characteristics of value. In order that a commodity can have value, it must possess three essential qualifications. in order that a commodity have value, it must possess three essential qualifications. Why? Because, say, right now it is, what is the time? It is 2:50. So if I go outside, if I purchase an apple from a vendor, I must pay something against the apple because I want to take the apple as a lunch. Okay. So it is having some value. So I'll be asking, by kitna price hai? The seller may ask me that it is from Kashmir, rupees 150 for 1 kg. So I may bargain. Why 150, why not 150, 140? But suddenly, if I find that some rotten apples are there, which he has already thrown in the road, and it is having no cost, I will never pick any rotten apple because that apple is having no value. Even at the free of cost, nobody will take the rotten apple. So, same thing, the commodity is the apple. It is having value when it is in a good condition. When it can be consumed by somebody. But when it is in rotten condition, it is having no value. Number two example. Just anybody can give me example of anything which is very valuable, but since it cannot be purchased, it cannot be marketable. We are not paying any value for that.
Oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen you can tell air, air, hawa. Every time we are thinking hawa. Since oxygen, since it is becoming valuable during this COVID situation. Otherwise,
Sir, books.
yeah,
Sir, books.
books. No,
Books,
books.
sir.
Okay, but books are purchasing. We are purchasing books, na, for very valuable. But for having a book, you will have to go to the either through online or offline. You have to purchase. You will have to pay. But for here, we are not paying anything. So we are not paying any interest for that also. For water also. Say right now, say for the last 10 years or 15 years, we used to consume this bottled water, mineral water. But when I was a student at Jadavpur University, I'm telling you, let me introduce myself. I am the classmate of SNC, your HOD, Shivnath Chakraborty sir and myself. We passed from JU during 1983. Okay, that time, just you have seen behind the Aurobindo Bhavan, there is a big water tank. We used to consume water from that through the tap. But right now, presently, nobody will be going there to take water from that. Because that time, there is no provision for having this mineral water. And people, even as on date in Kolkata, since the corporation water, we need not pay anything, so we are not paying interest. But if I have to pay at least for 1 liter of water or say 1 gallon of water, corporation water, if I have to pay at least rupees 1 or 2, then there will be some action taken by me so that water should not be there should not be any wastage of water. So what we are talking about, that in order that a commodity can have value, it must possess three essential qualifications. Number one, it must possess it must possess utility. For the rotten apple, there is no utility. But for the good apple, definitely it is having utility. Number two, the air or oxygen. It is not rotten oxygen. But still we are not paying any interest. We are thinking that it is our birthright for air pollution. Okay. So there should be another criteria. It must be scarce. It should not be easily available. If anything is easily available, then we are not paying any value for that. Number 3, it must be marketable. Marketable. So, if I am not able to purchase or sell anything, I can say, you see the third desert, you can go for there for tourism, but it is having no value for me because I can purchase the third, I can sell the third. So, at least these 3 are essential characteristics for any commodity to have value. The commodity must possess utility, it must be scarce, it must be marketable. Now again, price. It is the cost of a commodity. It is the cost of a commodity plus additional reward to the producer for his labor and capital. So price. What is the price? It is the cost of a commodity. Cost of a commodity plus additional reward to the producer for his labor and capital. Say, I was giving the example of the mobile. Say, if the manufacturing cost of that particular mobile, which was charged to me due to my urgency, rupees 14,000, 15,000, say if I consider that basic production cost, if I consider that production cost equal to 8,000 rupees, and there should be some profit for the owner or for the producer because he has invested some capital for production of mobile. Why he will be investing? Due to profit. He can keep the money at bank also. So we must consider some profit for the manufacturer. So for the production cost is 8,000, and if I consider profit, say 1,000, so it is coming 9,000 rupees. So now price is cost plus this additional reward to the producer for his capital, which we are calling as profit. Now, price it is a special form of value. Price is a special form of value. অভি বিশ্বাস, অভি আছো তো? Price is a special form of value. অভি বিশ্বাস? No. Ayush Tamang?
Yes, sir.
Ayush? Yeah. Ayush, you are from
Yes, sir.
which state?
West Bengal.
From which area? Darjeeling?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Ayush, I mentioned here that price is a special form of value.
Yes.
Why I have mentioned here? Because the example I was giving that the manufacturing cost of that mobile is 8,000 and the producer should take 1,000 as profit. So the fair value is coming as 9,000. Now, if it is sold at rupees 10,000, then the retailer he is charging much more profit. But if it is sold at rupees 9,000, then we may call that you see the selling price is 9,000, value is 9,000. When the value equals to the selling price, so we can say that it is a special form of value. Price is a special form of value. This is the reason why I mentioned here that price is a special form of value. Though we know that price equal to cost plus profit. When the total cost of profit equals to value, so we can term that in that condition, price is a special form of value. Okay, Tamam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number 3, these are the characteristics of price. Okay, it depends on utility, durability, satisfaction. So price depends upon the utility of the commodity or object, utility of the article, durability of the article, and satisfaction. You see, price of a Sony TV, say for a particular size, 32 inches, it is costing about say 30,000. But on the contrary, price of a local branded TV of the same size costing about say 18,000. Why so cheap? Because the I can go for Sony TV even at the cost of 30,000. Because to me, satisfaction which I will receive by utilizing, by using the Sony TV is much more than the satisfaction which I will be receiving if I go for purchasing a local branded TV. Because to me, the sound quality, the longevity, the durability, and all other features of Sony TV is much higher than a local branded TV. So accordingly, if though it is priced, the pricing is more, but to me it is fair price because I am considering the utility, durability, satisfaction. Okay. Now, then what is the cost? Already we have mentioned in the definition of price that it is cost plus profit. And what is cost? Cost. It is the expenditure to produce a commodity having a value. So cost is the expenditure to produce a commodity which is having a value. Now we have covered this associated characteristics of value, price, cost. And next is market value. Market value, it is the price it is the price that a willing purchaser would pay to a willing seller. So it is the price that a willing purchaser would pay to a willing seller or a property having due regard to its existing condition. So market value is that value for which there should not be unnecessary bargaining. The purchaser who is going to purchase a commodity, he will be willing to purchase the commodity at that value, and the seller also he is willing to sell that commodity at that value. Now, just I'm giving one example. Say after passing your degree, bachelor degree, say you are going to work for a private company, which company will send you at a remote place for construction of some bridges, roads, culverts, etc. That area where you will be posted may not be suitable, may not be good for law and order. So you'll be finding so many contractors are there, so many agencies are there, will be coming to you, sir, I want this job at this price. You need not go for tendering and others. They may create some pressure on you that this road work should be given to me, this bridge work should be given to him. Otherwise, we will not allow you to stay here. In that condition, or say, another example, say you want to sell your building, rental house, which is situated in your hometown, and that is not being utilized by you. Right now, you are not going to use your rental house, very old building, so you are going to sell. And you know that at least rupees 10 lakhs will be available against selling of this very old building. But suddenly, if somebody is coming to you, a muscle man or one political party or one powerful man coming to you and asking you, you see, you will have to sell this property to me at rupees 5 lakhs. though you are knowing that you will be getting rupees 10 lakhs easily from the market, but you will be creating a pressure that if you want to sell this property to me, you will have to sell. If you want to sell this property at all, अगर आपको इसको बेचना है, then you will have to sell it to me at my offered price, 5 lakhs. I will never pay you anything more than that. So there is some coercion. Is creating some pressure on you. You are not willing to sell. You are not selling it at your own will, but ultimately you are selling it due to the pressure. So if you are going to sell at rupees 5 lakhs to that powerful man, this 5 lakhs should not be considered as the value, because this 5 lakhs is due to the pressure created by somebody else. You are not willing to sell at 5 lakhs. So this is the main thing. What is the market value? On the contrary, you want to sell your parental house, you are asking some offer. So 10 or 15 offers you have received. Somebody is offering 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 11 lakhs, and considering all those offers, you are selling your house to the best offer. And there is no compulsion. So you are willing to sell at that price, and the purchaser, he was willing to purchase at that price. So that price will be considered as market value, but not this price when you will be compelled to sell at a lower price, or you will be compelled to purchase something from a particular person at a higher price. So we must know what should be the characteristics of market value. Okay. Essential characteristics of market value. Here, the vendor must be willing to sell. जिसको बेचना है वो खुश होकर बेचेंगे, नो जबरदस्ती, কোনো জোর জোর হবে না, যে বিক্রি করবে সে খুশি মনে বিক্রি করবে। The vendor must be willing to sell. Number one feature. Number two, the purchaser, same thing. Purchaser must be willing to purchase. The vendor or the seller, he will be willing to sell. The purchaser will be willing to purchase. Three. No compulsion. No compulsion on other side. In the transaction. In the transaction, there should not be any compulsion. As I was citing the example that if I go for purchasing a mobile today evening, so that I can take the classes tomorrow, so there should be some compulsion on me because I am in a hurry. I will have to definitely I will have some mobile so that I can conduct the class tomorrow. So that on considering that thing, if I pay something more, that amount should not be considered as a market value, because market value is that condition when there should not be any compulsion for the seller to sell the thing, for the purchaser to purchase that thing. Number 4, it is also important, urgent necessity. Of purchase. Or sale should be discarded, to be discarded. Say, urgent necessity. If I find some building which has been recently sold to somebody else at an exorbitant price or at a very lower price, and if I get the information that there was some urgent purchase, that somebody is coming from US for stay in Kolkata and he is interested to purchase a building, so without thinking anything, he just spent a lot. So the price which was asked to him by the seller was much more than the fair value. So that, but why that person has purchased at a higher price? Because the NRI person, he was in urgent purchase. So urgent purchase or urgent sale, if there is any urgency in purchase or sale, then that particular value should not be considered as market value. Why we are learning these things? Because after our 1 or 2 classes, we'll be going straight away for valuation problems. You'll be doing the problems, say, at a particular locality, there is a building or there is a property which is having this much value. Now, comparing this value, you'll be asked for making valuation of another building. So, when you are going to compare value of one building, say, when you are going to consider benchmark of the value of one building, you should keep in mind that you must consider the market value. First of all, you must inquire whether there was any urgency in selling or purchasing this property, whether the seller was willing or unwilling. So, in that condition, the purchase price or selling price should not be considered as a benchmark through which we will arrive the fair value of another property. So, we must be careful, very cautious, that the particular price which will be considered for comparing another property, that price should be market value. To arrive that point, we are now learning what should be the essential features of market value. Number 5, sentimental value. Sentimental value to the vendor should not be accounted for. Say, I am having one very old, dilapidated condition building at a very remote place in Bengal, but I am not willing to sell. Say, but I know that nobody can stay there because it is more than 90 years old. Anytime it can collapse. Right now, if I sell it, I'll be getting on the scrap value. Okay. But in spite of all these things, I'm not interested to sell because to me, this building is having some sentimental value. My grandfather was staying in that building. My father was staying in that building. So this building, to me, it is having some sentimental value. Now one person of that locality, he is interested. He's showing his interest to purchase. So he's coming to me. He's asking the price, and I told him, I'm telling him, no भाई, मुझे तो बेचना नहीं है. मेरा बाप दादा का जायदाद है. क्यों बेचेंगे? I'm not interested to sell. Now he's offering more price. So if the scrap value or value of that property be say rupees 10 lakhs, now he's going to offer me, okay, you take 12 lakhs. No, then 15 lakhs. Because that person having some interest, because he will demolish the building, he will use that land for some business. Even he can pay me double the fair price. So the transaction has been made. He made a payment of rupees 20 lakhs. Though I know that share price should not be more than 10 lakh, but he is paying me 20 lakh. So I sold the property. Now this 20 lakhs should not be considered as market value because this 20 lakh has been arrived due to sentimental value. So whenever we will be using the value of a particular building to arrive value of another building, we must discard sentimental value also. Okay. Potential value. Potential value. When Arijit Rai, Arijit, Arijit Rai, Arindam Maji,
হ্যাঁ স্যার
uh, just just now I have explained that the sentimental value should not be accounted for. Is it clear to you? ঠিক আছে তো? Okay.
হ্যাঁ স্যার
Now potential value. When a property is capable of fetching more return due to its alternative use or or by advantageous planning or by providing some developmental or some developmental work such inherent value of the property is known as potential value so when a property is having a capacity or is capable of fetching more return due to its alternative use or by advantageous planning or by providing some developmental work, such inherent value of the property is known as potential value. Just take an example. Say, I am having one shop, 10 foot by 10 foot size, one shop or one go down or like that, just opposite to Jadavpur University, near Hindustan Street. শহীদুল হক শহীদুল জয়েন করেছে এখন so I am having one vacant place or one vacant shop, very small size, just opposite to Hindustan Streets. Though it is vacant right now, though it is small in size, but it is potential value because if I convert it as Xerox center, I can get much business due to proximity of Jadavpur University because it is adjacent to Jadavpur University. On the contrary, if I am having not 10 foot, just triple size, one go down at Baripur, not near to the station also, at a remote place, that go down will not fetch any return because that may not be used prudently. So this small godown or small shop, which is located opposite to Jadavpur University, I can say that it is having some inherent value. How I will get some more return due to its alternative use? Right now it is vacant. I can use it as a Xerox center, as a book center, or by advantageous planning, or by providing some development of work, so that the students should be attracted to my Xerox center, to my book center. Right now, due to COVID, book centers are not at all a profitable business. But say I'm considering normal condition. You must be knowing that Loknath book house opposite to Jadavpur University, even during 10 p.m. also, it is overcrowded. It was overcrowded. Right now, people are normally not going there. Okay, so when we'll be getting that some property which can be used for in most beneficial manner by doing some developmental work or alternative use, and the property is paying me good return, I must say that this property is having potential value. Okay. Speculative value. Speculative value. Normally, a property is purchased either to earn interest, normally, a property is purchased either to earn interest or rent or for the residential use of the owner. What it is? Normally, if I go for purchasing a building or a flat, what will be my purpose? Say, I can use the flat for my own. I'm not having any shelter there. So I can use that flat for my personal purpose. Or I can earn some rent or interest by letting the property. So even for flat, for building, for car also, I can purchase a car for my own use, for going to Jadavpur University and coming back to my home, or to earn some return by by using it as taxi or cab. So this is the normal purpose of acquiring a property. But sometimes people are purchasing some property not for a long period, but very short period, not for developing the property, not for his personal use, but to earn a huge profit within a short time on speculation. That particular value is called that's the earning due to speculation which he earned is called speculative value. Just giving an example. Say, even 2 years back, I was posted in Purulia district, Raghunathpur Thermal Power Plant. Okay, it is a thermal power plant constructed by Damodar Valley Corporation. Since I am in DVC, so I was posted there. So when I first joined at Raghunathpur, say 7 years back, as as deputy chief engineer, I joined Raghunathpur. That time, I found so many outsiders. They used to come to Raghunathpur. They used to talk to me. अरे यार थोड़ा बताइए तो कहाँ तक आपका डीवीसी का एरिया है? What is the DVC? How much area is DVC going to purchase? And they were interested to purchase the paddy field just outside of DVC land. So I asked them, why somebody is coming from Patna, somebody is from Kolkata, even from Shiliguri. You are all along, you are coming to Raghunathpur in a Purulia remote place for purchasing land. What is the purpose? They told me, we will not stay here. हमें तो ना तो रहना है, ना तो इसको डेवलप नहीं करना है. तो only purpose, their purpose was that after commencement of the powerhouse, they were believing that area will be developed, so they will be selling the land at a much higher price. Say they purchase the land, and immediately thereafter, within a span of 5 to 7 years, they sold the land also, and they got huge amount of money. So, say when they purchase the land, say they purchase the land at rupees 5 lakhs per acre, and when they sold after 7 years, it was rupees 30 lakhs per acre. So, if I consider land value of Purulia with respect to this price, I'll be wrong, because this 30 lakhs not the market price. It is a speculative price. They have speculated that price may go up. They purchased that land and sold it. So we are studying speculative value only for the point is that when we'll be doing actual valuation, we should discard speculative value. So I'm giving another example to you. After reaching Raghunathpur, that time there was no quarter because the DVC took the land from government of West Bengal, and we have started constructing powerhouse as well as our guest house, etc. So we used to we used to uh, uh, stay at Raghunathpur. Just it was a developed village by taking some rented house. Now, what will be the fair rent of the house? So, the amount which was asked by the owner, we had to pay. Though we were knowing that amount was high, but the owner, they were telling me, you are from DVC, you'll be staying here for say 1 or 2 years, so you will have to make the payment at a higher, because you are not the local person, you are outsider. So definitely we'll be making some profit. So that amount, that price should not be considered. That rented. So after that, right now, if you go there, the basic price of all the rented house have been increased. Why? Because there has been tremendous development of the area. Power source has been constructed. All the surrounding roads have been done by DVC. Previously, it was single lane road. Right now, it is 4 lane road. And again, expansion is going on for 6 lane road. ROB, rail overbridge is there. Rail connection is there. At least 500 to 600 families, they got job in DVC. So the overall economy has been growing. So right now, I can say that the price may increase, but that time they took additional price only due to this, that is a very, for a very small period of time. So they were asking some additional rent, and we had to make the payment of the rent. But that rent should not be considered for that period of time as fair rent. Okay. Similarly, speculative value, the persons who went there, purchased land at rupees 5 lakhs per acre. After a span of 4 to 5 years, they sold it to some businessmen. The businessmen who purchased the land at a higher price, they constructed hotels. They have constructed some motor repairing shops to earn much higher profit. But the price at which they purchased those land from the owners, that was speculative price. So while doing valuation, we should consider that if it is speculative value, it should not be taken into account. Okay. Now, one thing, যারা সিআর আছো, আমি কি ক্লাসটা কন্টিনিউ করব না? ক্লাসটা
Sir, let's end the class.
কি বুঝলাম না? হোয়াট ইউ টোল্ড? লেট?
স্যার শেষ করে দিন ক্লাসটা।
ও আচ্ছা, এরপরে তোমাদের ক্লাস আছে বোধ হয়। ওকে, ওকে। নাও জাস্ট এখন অব্দি কজন এসছো? এনিওয়ে, আচ্ছা, তোমরা ইয়ে করেছো তো, স্ক্রিনশট নিয়েছো তো 2 সিআর?
হ্যাঁ স্যার নিয়ে আমি দিয়ে দিয়েছি
Okay.
গ্রুপে।
Now let me tell, this is my first class to the students. Just I have started the class, and so many students have come after say even after 3 also. So let me introduce myself first. Okay.
Yes sir.
Yes, my name is Devashish Dev. I passed B during 83, B not BC, Jadavpur, 83. My batchmate is SNC, I have already told you. Then I did my MBA. Oh, just after passing, I got the job in DVC. I joined as assistant engineer. Then I was posted at Mejia, it is in Bankura district. After serving Mejia thermal power station for 10 years, after construction of the entire plant, I was posted in Kolkata, and then I started further education. Thereafter, I did my MBA, then LLB, and then MTech. And I joined in DVC as assistant engineer, and just last month means 31st December, I retired from DVC as executive director, civil. This is, prior to that, I was chief engineer for 2 years. Prior to that, I was deputy chief engineer for 7 years. Prior to that, I was super engineer for 7 years, and like that. So on 31st, I retired from DVC. I am taking this class, valuation pricing contract, as well as construction management for the part-time students. Because as I was employee of DVC, so DVC will not allow me to take the classes during the daytime. Okay. Just this is my first daytime class. Since I have retired, right now there is no compulsion. So I have started taking your classes. So during my classes, I'll be telling you, if you go through books, I'll be telling you the name of the books. But for your this academic purpose, for this JU course, I'll be giving you entire notes. Almost 99% problems will be solved by me to your full satisfaction. So just it is my expectation that you should attend the class. Okay, nothing else. So now today, let me leave. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you explain
Thank you, sir.
which we
Thank you,
follow
sir.
for this subject?
Books.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The next class I'll be giving you Indian and foreign writers also. But one thing, again, I'm telling you, when I was also a student, say during 83, 84, 83, I passed in 83. So I joined in the JU in 79. So that time also, I was thinking, oh, why I should study more for valuation. But after serving 38 years in DVC, I came to know that right now the private companies, the multinational companies, they are paying much interest for valuation and contract. You will be finding in L&T, right? I am having so many students in L&T also. So L&T, they are having a very well set up contract division, which was not envisaged during the earlier stages. Right now in my DVC also, we are having separate division, contract division, because contract is very important. Similarly, we are having valuation also, because we used to hire consultants from outside, and they used to tell us anything. For a bottle, they used to tell us, a bottle ka the price hona chahiye 200 rupees. When after valuing this same thing by us, we are getting that it should be costing 20. There are so many reputed companies who are doing only valuation. Normally, we used to hire them, but ultimately we came to know that they are not doing properly. So ultimately, we have set up valuation cell, contract cell, and pricing is not so tough. I'll be teaching you, taking the classes. I'll be showing you how pricing is being made with the help of Delhi Schedule of Rates (DSR), which is being followed by CPWD all over India. Okay, so the next class today I have taken combined class for section A and B. Next class on Friday morning, I believe it will be for section A, no?
Yes, sir. Section A.
Yes. And again, second half, section B. So from the next classes, I have taken two classes, one separately for section A and section B. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Goodbye.